Hey everyone, Andrew here from Super. And so it is now May 21st, 2018. It's a Sunday night. Sorry, it's technically a Monday night. It's 12:42 a.m. and I'm still here at the office. So I just posted a video of Class 18's demo day that happened last Thursday. It was really good to see, the friends that I've made pitch, and just really get a good sense of what demo day is like in general. I'm really hoping that a lot of the friends that I've made in this program end up getting the funding that they deserve and need, to grow their businesses. One of the most, I think, interesting startups or pitches that I saw that day is a company called Kojitai. So basically he does some sort of machine learning or AI startup, and it's to help robots learn from their environment. And so what really kind of like excited me about his startup was when he said the robots can learn from each other. And it really just made me think of Westworld and, iRobot and all of the crazy fantasies that we have about robots in general. And, that's kind of like the big dream of where I can go. So that was really cool. Basically, an update on what I've been doing since it's Sunday now. Since about a week ago, I started playing around with a program called Bubble. So Bubble is basically for non-technical founders or non-technical people who can, it kind of like empowers them to be able to actually create an app. It's kind of like Shopify for building websites, where anyone can just build a website very easily. Bubble, on the other hand, is for non-technical people to do visual programming, and it allows you to create apps very, very quickly. And having played around with it a little bit, it's definitely it's really powerful. So it's a lot more complicated to use than it is Sketch or Shopify. It's definitely one of the more complicated tools that I've adopted and I'm still trying to learn. But man, like, I can tell that this is going to be huge. Bubble's been around actually, I think, since 2012, and it's still a 10-man startup. I think this is kind of like one of those startups where you have the founders and the exec team there just like so into building a great product, and are like really core passionate people at heart when it comes to programming and coding, but are really just bad at marketing. And I mean really bad at marketing, because God, if you play around with it, you will see the potential right away. What would normally take you, I'd say, a month to build, you can probably build that in like half a day, maybe even less. Honestly, couple hours, maybe 1 hour. And I'm not fucking kidding you, like maybe even 1 hour. You can get done in 1 hour what would typically take you 1 month to build as a traditional software engineer. And so I think it's really big. I think it's really incredible. I encourage anyone and everyone to use it. I'll put a link to it below. I basically got into it by taking a course called Code Free, which is a startup that just went through YC, and they help non-technical people build an app. And so that course was basically specifically designed to build a food delivery app. And so I went through that, got to learn and play around with some of the basics. And then basically the course is a little bit outdated. And so towards the end of the course, I basically got stranded. I wasn't really able to launch it into an app store or anything like that. But even before that, like, I needed to really fix up the MVP and make it more polished. So I ended up hiring an $80 an hour freelancer, which is, I think, the most expensive freelancer I've ever hired. His name is Dan. He actually just happened to reside here in San Francisco. I found him through the forums in Bubble. Very active community, very supportive. I would highly recommend you guys who are going to try Bubble to really start using that as a resource to learn more. Um, and we met yesterday at 9 a.m. Skipped a party for that. I mean, honestly, I don't even want to go to parties anymore because like I'm pretty focused, and I know when I'm at this state, I just tend to not want to go. I actually went to my roommate's get together with friends at a bar, and I just ended up walking out like an hour later. I just wanted to work, and I did. So, no, I guess I'm becoming a workaholic. But anyways, so yeah, we basically had a 3.5 hour session last night. I'm sorry, yesterday morning, and it was just like insane how much work we got done. I basically just cranked out the entire night beforehand until 2 a.m. just making the design mocks, and then I met him at the office for 9 a.m. And we just got like so much done. He also explained the process as he was going through it, so I myself learned a lot. And then when I basically brought it back home last night, I realized I still don't know enough, not nearly enough to handle the rest on my own. There are still some changes that need to be made. So today I met with Dan again at 7 p.m. and we basically just finished at like 11:45 p.m. So I'm here. It's now almost 1 a.m. as I'm finishing up this blog post and such. So yeah, I mean, it was really great. We basically got MVP ready, or App Store ready per se. And so now I'm just gonna have to wait until tomorrow to contact a company called CoBubble, which helps people launch into the App Store from Bubble. So we'll see how that goes. I have my interns, Sean and Benedict, starting tomorrow from Singapore. They are exchange students at Berkeley. Super excited to get started with them. I also met on the way here, the Uber driver that was driving me today was one of Uber's first 25 Uber drivers, and he told me how he started. He first saw an ad on the internet with the promise of making extra money through your extra time, just driving around, something like that. And then he got into it. He said that Travis Kalanick was just waiting. Sorry, Travis Kalanick was teaching them like how the whole system works and how they're supposed to drive people. And he did all in a group or something like that, just around the corner. I think around the corner here actually. So, oh yeah, and sorry, just to also really mention real quick, Uber is actually one of the startups right out of the market space that started out here and apparently made it big. So maybe you'll see Super in that spot as well. Spotify also was there, so we'll see. Great company start here. Yeah, so I thought it was really interesting. Honestly, when I came here on April 4th, I didn't know what to do. I was scared, to be honest. I was scared. A little bit lost, but I'm actually holding up pretty well. I know what to do. And I've learned from all my failures in the past, and I've used that as lessons moving forward, and I think I'm doing pretty well at it. And I'm definitely working a lot smarter than I am harder, but I am still working hard. And I'm learning a lot, and the people who are just really supportive. Ravi, Danielle, all the people at in my Alchemist cohort, Maria, my former co-founder, love that girl to death, super supportive. So is my ex Helen. My parents, Ian, my best friend, who I don't want to let down. It's giving me a little bit more purpose as well. I'm not just doing this for myself, but I'm also doing this for them. And I think I'm really starting to believe that more and more as time goes on. So, yeah, I'm going to do whatever the hell I need to do, whatever the hell I can do to make this work. And also wanted to thank Donnie, who's honestly just been great mentor, great friend, and has supported me throughout this entire entrepreneurial journey so far. I literally couldn't do this without him. So yeah, now that the MVP is done, I'm going to start working on the launch of that. So Benedict, Sean, and I will start looking for chefs that we can talk to start doing our MVP test. I'm also going to be cooking. I think I'm a pretty damn good cook when it comes to Korean food, so I'm also going to be cooking for the app and trying to market it a little bit, maybe tell a couple friends and just trying to get some initial traction and starting on it a little bit, to understand, more importantly, just the operational changes and costs and stuff like that, learn from the lessons. After that, I think we're going to be in a very good place to just get started. So that's pretty much it. I want to get to a place where I can just get some angel funds, to make the app a little bit more mature. So just going to work on that as well. Signing off.